I told him that I had thought about hurting or killing myself, and his response to me was, well, why don't you just shut up and just do it or something.
I started out not knowing who I was, and I really didn't love who I was. I even hated who I was.
You know, a lot of my childhood was very lonely. I felt somehow different, somehow apart from everyone else in my small community.
You know, it was really hard to be that depressed and to have that much anxiety and often just physical pain because, you know, I was not whole and I didn't feel whole.
So my name's Christina Hansen-Tuma, and I work at North Precinct.
My name is Katie Potter, and I'm a Portland police officer and have been for 23 years now.
I'm Brad Yakitz. I work for the Portland Police Bureau, Central Precinct, and I patrol downtown.
My name's Tasha Hager, and I'm a police sergeant with the Portland Police Bureau. I'm currently assigned to the training division as the Advanced Academy Coordinator.
My name is Matt Estes. I'm a police officer for Portland Police Bureau. I work at East Precinct.
There were a lot of, I guess you could call them attacks against me in some ways. People broke the lights out of my car. People flattened my tires in my car. Even one night, as I was driving through town with one of my friends, somebody tried to run me off the road off of a kind of gravelly cliff on the backside of Newport, and it was pretty scary for quite some time.
I was born a boy, but I had always remembered thinking that that was just part of the process of becoming a girl, and that, you know, things might be taking a little bit longer, but they were going to get there eventually, and that I would mature into this, you know, beautiful young woman like my mother. I really never had any doubts about that at that age, you know, like 5 or 6. And obviously that it didn't exactly go that way. So by the time I was a teenager and in high school, I was pretty devastated and depressed and confused.
And I was afraid of being abandoned by my family. I mean, I heard family members say derogatory things about gays and lesbians. And so when that happens, you're worried about expressing who you really are because you're afraid you're going to lose your family. And so it was very, very difficult for me. So you end up being silent, and everyone around you, they say this is the way it's supposed to be.
I really wasn't comfortable with myself at that time, and when you're not comfortable with yourself, it's hard to express yourself to others and be confident. So I found myself that I kind of pulled away and went and did my own thing for a while until I was able to, I guess, find comfort in who I was and be confident and be able to vocalize that to other people, and that I'm gay, and most likely everybody else in the room is not. That's been my experience growing up. Was you felt like the oddball. You felt like you were the only one in the room that was different from the rest of people.
Growing up in a religious family, it just I didn't have to be told it was wrong. I just knew that it was wrong. So it took me a while to come to terms with the fact that my life and how I felt wasn't wrong.
Probably from the time I was a little kid. I remember my mom, and I actually remember this, since I am transgendered. When I was a little kid, I would try to pee standing up, and my mom would make fun of me. And then when my dad was shaving, I had a little razor, and I would shave too. So that was like when I was like 3 or 4 years old.
So I just told her, hey, I'm gay. The minute I said it, even before she said anything back to me, it was the biggest, I just felt so free. It was a huge weight lifted off my shoulders.
And she just said that she was disappointed because I couldn't tell her earlier. That was her sadness, was that I couldn't tell her before, and which again just made me happy. She wasn't disappointed I was gay. She wasn't upset that any of these other things, but kind of saddened for her own self too, that she didn't somehow communicate that I could tell her anything. So I got a great family.
guess in my usual style, I again just did it in one day and told everybody. And I felt like 1,000,000 pounds of pressure, was taken off my shoulders, and I felt free, and I felt alive.
And these were not young guys that had some sort of liberal backgrounds. These were old school guys, who had been through some stuff and been cops for a long time, and were just tough, just really just tough role models, for just those manly men kind of guys. And here they were, just telling me it was okay, and it would be okay, and that was amazing.
Actually, I told my best friend from high school first, and she said the same thing. It's like everybody knew but me. She said she was happy that she said she already knew, which I of course said, well, why didn't you tell me? But she said you have to decide on your own, and she said she was extremely happy for me, and I was ecstatic, which made me then want to tell my parents. And I did, and then by telling my parents, it just was like all this huge weight had been lifted from my shoulders.
Life is fun, it's good, people will care about you, and it gets better. My partner and I right now are going through an adoption. We are adopting a baby from the local area, and the agency that we're going through, everybody knows, they're very welcoming and supportive.
After so many years, I now have 2 beautiful daughters, ages 12 and 9, and they are the light of my life. I wake up with them and we sing, and we go to bed and we sing, and they bring so much joy into my life.
It's very personal what you choose to do and how you choose to do it. Some people need to be very boisterous about it and say, this is who I am, and march in a parade and do those types of things, and that's what's good for them. And that's what you have to choose, is what is most meaningful to you? What is the type of person? And trust your audience too. When you are talking to people, know why they're asking you. Get an idea of why people are asking you. Are they asking you because they care about you as a person? Or are they asking because they want to know something that's gossipy?
High school is going to be, that's the toughest part, is getting through junior high and high school. It's where you're with all the other kids, and with the way the social media is now with the Facebook and all that stuff, it's a lot more difficult now. You got a lot more peer pressure than what I had to deal with when I was a kid. But at the same time, there's a lot of support out there. You've got the Trevor Project. There's a lot of resources out there that you can reach out to get that help, and people you can talk to.
Just live the life how you want to live, and if you do live a private life, well then live a private life. If you want to be open and out there, that's fine. But just be who you truly are.
Life does get better when you're out with your people that you're close with. And it's a big part of life, and it's worth sharing, and to do what you want to do, and don't let people's perceptions of you or what you think their perceptions are stop you from being who you are and what you want to do.
That if you find yourself the victim of persecution or a hate crime, and you may feel that nobody cares, we do care.
Everything I do at work is geared towards making sure that equality is stressed, and that we definitely achieve to serve the needs of everyone.
Don't give up. It gets so much better. You'll meet so many new people, going to school, going to the military, whatever you choose to do in life. You're going to meet so many new people that have so many similarities to you, that what you're going through now is not going to stick around. I know it's tough right now, but it gets so much better, and don't give up.